Good afternoon, Owls fans, and welcome to the final round of the Warsaw Tiger Invite volleyball match. Our Lady Owls will be taking on the Chargers from West Noble. Owls are currently 2-1 on the day, beating Northridge and Lake Central, but falling to a very tough Bishop Dwanger team from Fort Wayne. I know the banner says championship, but due to that loss, it prevented the Owls from advancing to the championship bracket. And just continuing to finish out the day today. While we're sitting waiting, I'm going to thank some of our sponsors. Appreciate all of their support. Slam Dunk Sports Marketing, McKinney Malput Law, our three new sponsors, Ada Rose Design, Summers Carroll Whistler CPA, Voice High Performance Information Solutions, 3D Company Incorporated, Robin Apparel, Normandy Flower Shop, Murray Jewelries, Janine Lakeford Congress, Rob Riley Real Estate, Creek Run Environmental Engineering, Culver's, Tim Lakeford Senate, MT Smokin' Barbecue, DeFurvorn, Dr. Davis Chiropractic, Texas Roadhouse, Star Insurance, O'Neill and Associates, and Barry Winkle Frozen Yogurt. We get ready to start. The Owls have the first serve. And a shot from the middle, and Mikhail Ivy's there with the block. And the Owls go up 1-0 here in the first set. Senior Katie Scott back to serve. Just clears the net. Chargers set to the outside, and the block's there again. And it bounces around, and the Owls get the point, leading 2-0. The outside set again, off the block. This time the Chargers wiggle it through, and the point goes to West Noble. They trail 1-2. Powers, Ivy into the block. Owls going to reset. Perry dumps it. There's going to be a free ball from Morrison. And the long shot, and it goes out of bounds. Owls diving to get out of the way to avoid the touch. And the Owls go up 3-1. Nixon's back to serve. Tipped in the middle. Morrison has the cover. Perry. Morrison back with the swing from the outside. The outside swing. And that finds the inside corner. And the Owls go up 3. Owls are leading 3-2. Again, some more issues with the scoreboard. Serve from the Chargers. Morrison. Ivy. Tipped off the block, and they get the point. And the Owls go up 4-2. Now they have the scoreboard corrected. Morrison's going to be back to serve for the Owls. Just clears the net. And the Chargers can't get to it. And the Owls now the lead 5-2. Outside set. Gets it up. And Owls are scrambling by the bench to get it in, but they don't, and it's tipped out of bounds. And that point goes to the Chargers. Owls leading 5-3. There's a serve from the Chargers. Morrison handles it. Perry. Maynard. There's a middle swing. Nixon handles it. And a net violation on the Owls. And that point goes to the Chargers. Morrison, Perry. Ooh, Ivy quickly punches it over, having to make a slight adjustment. Morrison. And with that point, the Chargers have tied it at 5 points apiece. That one goes out of bounds, and the side out goes to the Owls. Kessler enters the lineup for the front row, and I'll put Ivy at the back at the service line. There's a roll shot. Morrison handles it, sets a Perry. Kessler, the big dig from the Chargers. There's a roll shot tipped. Nixon gets in under it. It's going to be a free ball from Perry deep into the Chargers' back row. And there's a swing and goes out of bounds. Nixon smartly pulled back to avoid the touch, and the Owls go up by 2, 7-5. Ooh, just clipped the net. Chargers get under it. And one too many touches by West Noble. Gives another point to the Owls. Now leading 8-5 here in this first set. Outside swing. And another net violation on the Owls. Going to send it over to the Chargers. Owls leading 8-6. Scott. Kessler with the big swing. And it lands on the Owl side of the court. And another point for the Chargers, and they've closed within one. Oh, and the Owls can't get under that serve, and that'll be an ace, and they'll tie us up at 8 points apiece. Morrison sends it to Perry. Kessler, and she gets the kill, and the Owls retake the lead, 9-8. Perry's going to be back to serve for the Owls with a 1 point lead. Outside, right into waiting double freshman block of Kessler Nixon. And the Owls go up and get their 10th point of the match. Perry waits for the serve. And that goes out of bounds. That point goes over to the West Noble side of the board. Owls have a 1 point lead, 10-9. Scott recovers it. Kessler, oh, and that just goes out of bounds. And we're now tied at 10 points apiece. West Noble continuing to hang around in this set. Every time the Owls make a run, there's a counter from the Chargers. Right side swing, off the block, and out of bounds. At that point, in the lead go over to West Noble. In the net, and we're going to have a side out to the Owls, and tied up at 11. Rory Powers back to serve. Tipped over the block. Scott covers it. Back set to Nixon. The big swing from the freshman. Sends the Chargers scrambling. Morrison. Perry. Kessler. And she finds the back of the court for the kill. Powers going to serve again for the Owls. Short serve. Right side attack. Powers digs it up. Perry's going to back set Nixon. She sent it down the line this time. There's the roll shot. Powers comes running up. Sends it over, but it goes out of bounds. Point to the Chargers. And we're now tied at 12. Perry in the set real close to the net, and Kessler tips it over and gets the kill. Owls retake the lead, 13-12. Katie Scott's going to be back to serve. Tip in the middle, over the block, and that's good for a Charger point. And we're tied at 13. Morrison. Ivy. That's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Chargers. And the Owls retake the lead, 14-13. Freshman Lauren Nixon will be back to serve. Roll shot. Oh! Powers. Oh! And they call a net violation on the Owls, but it seems like the Chargers were in that net first and more than Muncie Burris. But once again, I'm not wearing a official shirt. And we're tied at 14. Morrison. Ivy on the slide, and that's good for the point. Owls retake the lead, 15-14. Morrison the serve. And there's the right side. Ivy's there with the block and sends it right back over. Ivy again with the block, and she covers it. Perry sets up Scott, and she pushes it to the corner. And dumped over by the Chargers. And that point goes to West Noble, and we're tied at 15 again. Ivy with the big swing. There's the outside tip. Ivy's there waiting for it. Chargers cover it. There's a free ball. Nixon's going to send it to Perry. Ivy on the slide. Off the block. Ivy there again with the block. This time it's in the net, and the Chargers can't dig it out. And that point's going to go to the Owls, and they're going to get the lead, 16-15. Ivy's going to go back to serve. And that goes just out of bounds. Almost looked like that line judge made the call before the ball hit the court. That one, that's out of bounds. And we're still tied at 16 points. Perry goes back to serve for the Owls. I'll change the score. Owls now lead 16-17. It's going to be pushed over. Perry going to set it to Nixon. Kessler into the net. And now we're tied at 17. Chargers get to serve once again. Tied at 17 points apiece. Morrison. Nixon from the outside. Tipped over, and a group of Owls diving for it, but nobody can get there, and point goes to the Chargers. And they take the lead, 18-17. And with that, Coach Dodge is going to take a timeout. Welcome back, Owls, as we get ready to continue the first set. Owls trailing 18-17. Scott sends it up to Perry. Nixon with the big, and the overpass, and it's out of bounds. And the point goes to the Owls, and we're tied at 18 now. Powers serve. There's the back set. And down the line and in the back corner. And the Chargers retake the lead, 19-18. And the ball goes into the net, and the Owls can't dig it out. And Chargers expand their lead to 2. This one's up. Nixon quickly sends it over. Morrison with the dig. Nixon with the swing. Into the net, the free ball. Scott handles it. Morrison's going to send it to the back corner. And tipped out of bounds by the Chargers. And the Owls are back in with one. Scott's going to go back to serve. There's the outside swing from the Chargers. And that goes out of bounds, and now we're tied at 20 points. Scott serving once again. Outside, off the block. Scott's going to push it up. Perry, Ivy. It's going to be dug up by the Chargers. Going to be dumped. Perry, Ivy's going to push it over. Be a free ball. Powers gets it. Ivy down the line for the kill. And the Owls retake the lead on a 3-point run, 21-20. Scott's going to serve it once again. Middle tips, but not enough, and that lands on, doesn't clear the net, and that point goes to the Owls, now leading 22-20. Be a free ball. Oh, and it's called inbounds. And that point goes to the Chargers. Owls continuing to lead by 1, 22-21. Chargers serving. Powers handles it. Perry, Ivy, into the block, out of bounds, and the ball goes back to the outside of the court. Leading 23-21. Nixon's going to go back to serve. There's the back set for the middle. Into the block. Landing out of bounds. Last touched by the Owls. Owls leading 23-22. Scott sends it to Perry. Ivy. And she gets a kill, and that'll be the 24th point for Burris. Send Morrison back to the line to serve for set point. Outside attack, Morrison sends it up to Perry. Ivy's going to throw it over. Outside attack, Maynard digs it up. A dump from Perry. Chargers ready for it. There's a slide, and none of the Owls can get to it. And that'll be the 23rd point for the Chargers. Owls leading 24-23. Ivy from the slide, and that's out of bounds, and we're tied at 24. Chargers just serve again. Morrison sends it to Perry. Ivy waits for it, and that's touched. She hits the antenna, and that'll get Chargers their 25th point, and they're back for set point, leading 25-24. That's out of bounds, and we're now tied at 25. And we'll go over to the Chargers side. Ivy's going to be back to serve for the Owls. Short serve, dumped over. Owls scrambling for it. Goes out of bounds, and that point goes to West Noble. They have the lead, 26-25, and they'll be back to serve for set point. Morrison. Kessler with the swing. Roll shot, but it doesn't clear the net, and we're tied at 26. Perry to serve. Set to the outside. Morrison. Perry's going to set Nixon into the block. Perry sends it back to the middle court. Kessler with the swing, and she gets the kill. And the Owls go up 27-26. Perry will be back to serve for set point. Scott with the big dig. Perry, Kessler, and the overpass. Perry. Scott with the out of system. Maynard swings from the outside. Roll shot over. Back set to Nixon. Oh, yeah. That hit the back corner, and the Owls take the first set, 28-26. Teams are going to switch sides, and we're going to take an opportunity to thank some of our sponsors today. Janine Lake for Congress, taking action together for the future of the economy. Vote for Janine Lake for the 6th Congressional District on November 6th. Rob Riley Real Estate, honesty and integrity are paramount to his business. Buying and selling a home is one of life's biggest decisions. Contact Rob for help at 765-730-8714. Creek Run Environmental Engineering. Our most valuable resources are people. With over 130 years of combined experience and diverse knowledge base, our employees can assist you navigating through the regulatory process. Call them at 765-728-8051 or find them at creekrun.com. Culver's of Muncie, they use fresh, never frozen, 100% Midwest beef, seared to perfection and served on a lightly buttered toasted bun for an extra touch of goodness. Stop by them at West McGalliard in Muncie, Indiana. Tim Lannon for Senate. Lannon has proven his ability to reach across party lines to get things done. Vote for Tim Lannon for State Senate on November 6, 2018. Smokin' MT's Barbecue. Come experience Indiana's finest barbecue. Cooked slow and low using flavorful wood chunks. They have delicious pulled pork, succulent spare ribs, smoked chicken wings, and house-made barbecue sauces. They also do catering. They're located at 1700 North Wheeling, 765-216-1664. For Vorn, business and attorney counselors and neighbors. Their legal team brings with them a wealth of education and specialized experience. Find them at 400 South Walnut Street, Muncie, Indiana, and call them at 765-288-3651. As well as Dr. Davis Chiropractic. Thank you for your sponsorship of Muncie Birth Athletics. Texas Roadhouse, call ahead seating at 765-282-7113. They have legendary food, legendary service, all with lots of legendary fun. Enjoy a little bit of Texas right here in Muncie. Star Insurance, committing to serve the needs of our communities by helping people protect what matters most, both professionally and personally. They're located at 400 North High Street, Muncie. Call them at 765-284-4416 or find them at starfinancial.com/insurance. O'Neill and Associate, gain from unique individualized custom plan using an independent perspective with more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service. You can find them on the web at o'neillandassociates.com or call them at 765-896-9553. Barry Winkle Frozen Yogurt with 14 different flavors of frozen yogurt and more than 50 toppings. Barry Winkle is the best place for dessert. Celebrate an Owls win. They're located at 115 South Tillotson, Muncie, Indiana. And Central Indiana Orthopedics. Their world-class team of orthopedics experts are devoted to providing custom plans focused on your goals and needs. Located at 3600 West Bethel. Want to thank all our sponsors. And always remember, if you stop in there, tell them you heard about them on Owls TV. And thank them for their sponsorship. And as we get ready to start the second set, we have Nixon, Perry, Ivy, Morrison, Powers, and Scott. Serve from West Noble. Perry gets it. Ivy, and she gets a kill, and the Owls are on the board first.
That's how you start a match.
Nixon will be back to serve. Popped up by West Noble. There's a long shot. Powers gets a dig. Ivy just tips it over. Just about mistimed that one. There's a long shot. Out of bounds. Point to the Owls. West Noble. There was a tip on the last play, and so that point goes to the Chargers. And we're tied at 1 point apiece. Morrison, oh, she hits it up, but nobody else can get there. And so the Chargers take a 2-1 lead. Scott sends it to Perry. Ivy, and she gets a swing and a kill. Ivy looks very determined in this second set. You can tell it by the hits. There's a lot of speed and power behind them here in the second set. Morrison will be back to serve. Tipped over the block. Perry gets it. Nixon sets it over to Maynard. And that swing goes just wide. And the Owls now trail 3-2 to the Chargers. Morrison handles it. Back set to Ivy. And another kill. And Ivy's got all 3 points for the Owls this set, as we're tied at 3 points apiece. Kessler comes into the front row. Ivy's back to serve. And there's an ace, landing just inside the line. Owls lead 4-3. Ooh, just clipped it in, and there's another ace for Ivy. Owls leading 5-3 early in the second set. Ivy to serve once again. This one's going to be set up to the front, into the block. Owls sitting there waiting for it. Tipped over, Kessler. Perry sends it out to Powers. And Owls looking for a touch but not getting it. So the point will go to the Chargers. Owls leading 5-4. Morrison. Kessler with the swing. And that one lands in the bounce, and the Owls get the point. Now leading 6-5. Perry's going to be back to serve for the Owls. And service here is going to give it right back over to the Charger. And we're serve from Scott. Kessler tips it over the block. There's a dump. Perry gets it. Morrison sends it over. Powers get with the swing. Morrison. Scott. Oh, Nixon runs in, but can't get it up quite high enough. Powers. Perry. Nixon with the swing. There's the middle. Perry gets it. Nixon's going to send it over to the middle. Kessler sends it over. Pushed to the back row. Perry. Powers off the block and inbounds. And the Owls now lead 7-5. Powers will go back to serve. And another service error gives an easy point to the Chargers. Owls can't afford to give over these easy points on this close match here today. They only lead by 1, 7-6. Powers, Perry, right side, and Nixon. She powers it through the block for the point. Owls now lead 8-6. Scott. There's a right side attack. Powers with the overpass. Ooh, Nixon was there to cover it. Morrison sends it back. There's the outside swing. And that's on the line. And substitution. Owls are tied at 8-8 with the West Noble Chargers. Adamowitz comes in the lineup. Adamowitz. And Ivy with the big swing. It goes off the block. Clutch touched by the Chargers. And that point goes to the Owls, now leading 9-8. Nixon's going to go back to serve. And that sails on the Owls, and we're back tied at 9 points apiece. There's a serve from the Chargers. Adamowicz with the overpass. Net violation on the Owls. And that gives the lead to West Noble, 10-9. Adamowicz again. Ivy just gets it over to the net. Roll shot into the block, and the Chargers can't handle it. And the Owls go back in the lead, 11-10. Morrison back to serve. And there's a swing. It hits the block and falls on the Owls side of the court. And we should be tied at 11 points apiece. Adamowicz, Perry runs it down. Maynard with the swing. That's going to be tipped out of bounds. Point to the Owls. And now the scoreboard says 11 points apiece. Serve from Ivy. There's the outside. Owls sitting there with the block. Morrison with the cover. Kessler with the big swing. Tipped out of bounds. And the Owls take the lead. 12-11. Ivy back to serve. Free ball sent over. Ivy. Perry. Kessler on the slide. Off the block, out of bounds. Last test by the Chargers, and the Owls go up 13-11. Ivy back to serve once again. And there's an ace for Ivy. And the Owls are up 14-11. Ivy back to serve once again. Up into the rafters. Chargers send a free ball. Ivy sends to Perry. Kessler on the slide. And that one's going to go out of bounds. And there was a touch. Owls now leading 15-11. Right side, and the Owls are there with the block. Kessler and Maynard there sitting waiting for that. And they get the point, and the Owls now leading 16-5. There's a set, outside attack. And again, this time it's Kessler and Perry waiting there with the block and pushing it right back over on the Charger side of the net. Owls leading 17-11. And the service here is going to give it back to the Chargers. But thanks to Ivy, we have a nice, comfortable lead at 5 points apiece. Ivy, ooh, the overpass. And Chargers make them pay for it, and they get the point. Owls leading 17-13. Check that, 17-12. Morrison. Kessler with the swing. It's going to be dug up by the Chargers. Outside swing coming. Morrison, Nixon's going to send it forward. Oh, and the free ball doesn't clear the net. And now it will be 17-13. Owls holding on to a 4-point lead. Morrison, Perry, Kessler, tipped over. Maynard, Perry's going to dump it this time. Outside attack, Maynard digs it up. Morrison sets it up to Maynard. Maynard pushes it over on a solo block. Perry, Nixon with the out of system. Maynard again, this time it dug up again by the Chargers. Roll shot. Oh, Owls scrambling for it. And that point's going to go to the Chargers. Owls leading 17-15. Short serve. Ivy. Oh, and the Owls can't dig it out of the net. And Chargers back within one, 17-16. Scott handles it. There's the overpass. And that's going to be good for the point. And the Owls now lead 18-16. Perry's going back to serve for the Owls, leading by 2. Swing, and that's the point's going to be good for the Chargers. And the Owls lead by 1, 18-17. Chargers with the serve. Scott sends it to Perry. Sends it over to Nixon. And she gets the kill. And the Owls are back to a 2-point lead, 19-17. Powers comes in and she'll be serving for Burris. And it means communication leads to an ace. Owls now lead by 3, 20-17. A long serve. Outside swing. Powers gets it. Scott's going to send it forward. Morrison's going to send it over. Right side attack. Owls are sitting there with the block. Right side, and down the line. And that's good for Charger point. They swung it around the block this time down the line. Owls leading by 2, 20-18. Scott, Perry, Morrison, tipped over, and too many hits, and point goes to the Owls, now leading 21-18. Katie Scott serving. And Morrison Ivy with the block and the point. Owls now up. By 4, 22-18. Chargers have to lean back. Ivy, and she gets the kill. Owls are up 23-18. Right side attack into the block. A double senior block of Morrison and Ivy. Owls will be back to serve for match point. Pushed over to the back corner, and that's in. And the Chargers are alive still. Owls leading 24-19. Perry. Nixon with the swing. Goes into the net. Chargers dig it out. Send it back. Powers. Perry. Ivy into the block. Scott's there to cover. Perry sets up Nixon, this time the other side. Middle attack. Ivy's there with the block. She sends it right back. And gets the kill. Owls take the third set and win 25-19. And go 3-1 on the day at the Tiger Invite. We'll go talk to Coach Dodge for the official Dodge Report, sponsored by Gaddis Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Trey gonna do the Dodge Report. Okay, Dodge, congratulations going 3-1 today on a very tough Warsaw invite. Just tell me what you think about the team today, how they did.
Well, we just need to focus. We got a little out of focus there in the last one. Even a little bit worse than one before that. We played some tough competition early on. Back to back, 2 tough matches with Lake Central, and then a 3-set match with Winger ended up winning it all. That was the championship match of the tournament because everybody else went. Winger beat him in 2. We were the only ones who beat him in 3. So, you go either way after that. And we're a little tired, a little fatigued, a little out of focus. That kind of shit.
So, I don't even know who we play this week coming up.
Newcastle, senior night.
So, senior
Thursday.
night. So,
Yeah.
that's going to be a big match against
Yes.
Newcastle. Have 2 powerful sisters there. What are we expecting from them?
We learn an awful lot like Dwinger. We just got a big active setter, big outside, 2 sisters, like you said. So we got play very similar to that we did. Game plan's very similar to Dwinger's game plan. Serve tough, keep them off the net. She can't throw if she's not getting passes on top of the tape. We got a chance.
Well, thank you, Coach Dodge. Congratulations on going 3-1. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And we will see you later this week for senior night against Newcastle. And thanks to Gaddis Chrysler Jeep Dodge for their sponsorship of the official Dodge Report.